right, well, welcome to a special episode of Ugly Thirds. Phil with John. John, take it away.
So we made an order from Vintage Ice Hockey. They had a pre-order for Pittsburgh Hornets jerseys. I was very satisfied with my Tallahassee Tiger Sharks jersey here, and was very quick to jump on this because, well, I don't have any real Pittsburgh Hornets merch, and everyone should have Pittsburgh Hornets merch.
Actually, that's something I technically do have some merch. We'll have to put a clip in to show it. Come on.
Well, you want to explain what it is?
So, it's a jacket actually from when they won the, I guess it would be the Calder Cup at that point. Yeah. So the Pittsburgh Hornets were the major league team for a while in Pittsburgh. A little history. Especially in the '60s, won the cup a couple times, the Calder Cup. I think they were associated with Toronto a couple times, Detroit a couple times.
And you had family that worked for them.
Yeah, so my great uncle, Beckley Smith, actually, he was a statistician for the Navy, and then when he was done with the Army, Navy actually, he worked for Mellon Arena, and he was an announcer for the team. And he announced a lot of the games, and there's a fun story about him being on a train with the teams and with some of the other big Toronto players at the time, and they all knew him. Like, it was kind of like funny I wish I would have heard these more stories from him when he was still alive. Unfortunately, he passed away when I was a little bit too young to remember these great stories. But so I have a jacket from when they won the cup the last time in Pittsburgh. So let's
dive into the product, shall we? We pre-ordered these at the end of February, so it's like 5 weeks worth. Earlier than they advertised.
February 29th, weekday. So, March 1st on a normal year, right? So, very well, wrapped. So, it's actually wrapped in, a wax paper kind of thing. Logo on the top here.
Nice inserts you got going.
Oh, I don't know. We got some beautiful folding going on here.
I mean...
That's pretty.
Flow hockey.
Shrimp's going to be jelly here. Although the crest is a little folded.
Yeah, well, it's a little bigger than they anticipated. But
look at these beauties.
Gorgeous. Of course, we could get it with a name. We decided not to because, of course, they did. These are 61 to 66, I believe we figured out. Flow Hockey is the maker, which also made this Tallahassee Tiger Sharks jersey. I haven't dealt with them other than from Vintage Ice Hockey. But let's take a look at that crest. I mean, it's a little puffier than I think we'd expect, but it's not starter.
That's more than I expected based on what your Sharks jersey was. That's a screen print.
Mine's entirely screen printed, but I think that's to match more the style of the 90s. These numbers are done in a way I've never seen before. That's a thick outline form, but it's not a rounded outline. It's just a very thick stitch, and the back is the same way. So, just a big, thick number outline on it. I'd say my only beef is that it wouldn't have had this lace-up insert for the day, but, of all the problems to have.
These are heavy.
They are thick.
These are thick, and
I don't know that this is accurate. I want to say there was a constellation down here, but you're getting in the weeds. I actually,
I'll keep holding mine.
I actually got into the weeds with the number font on this. They had twos that went across, and every picture I had it with an angle. And Vintage Ice Hockey actually corrected based on my research.
Yeah, you emailed them and you're like, hey, I think that's wrong. And they're like, yeah, you're wrong.
And they found a way to fix it. So I got Vic Stasiuk of the Uke line, famous Boston Bruin, with two other Ukrainians, Bronko Horvath and Johnny Busick. He played as a captain, though they didn't wear any captaincy patches for the Pittsburgh Hornets. And I figured that's a good thing. When I talk about Ukraine in class, I can bust this out and let the kids try and figure that out.
And because we'll see if we'll butcher his name. Lowell McDonald. He played for the Hornets, but he also then played for the Penguins in the 70s. So that's why I picked him. He was 14. So that's why I picked him, just because of the connection for kind of staying the same. He was a bunch around the league, a couple other teams, but just because there's that Pittsburgh feel to it, that's why I picked his number. So,
shall we try these on?
Sure. We're gonna do the whole.
Wow.
That
So,
magic, man. That magic.
XL, I think this is a great fit. Very satisfied. The crease in this crest is going to take a bit to work out. Other than that, I don't have a complaint. I'm not convinced the stars are right. I feel like there was like a pattern of 4 down here towards the end, but we're getting into the details on that point. I don't know if I even find the photo evidence to prove that wrong. But I like this.
Yeah, I mean, I got an XL as well, actually, and this fits me pretty well. I mean, I have a bigger upper body, but this still works pretty well for me. I'll probably see if we can steam the crest a little bit just so it gets out.
I mean, I imagine after a wash, we'll see how it does, and then from that, the steamer might come out. Interesting fabric. I'm not sure what's exactly going on with us. I used to know what these all were called, and I'd have to go
still
through my
impressed how
spreadsheet.
thick it is. Like
It definitely has a weight to it.
It does have a weight to it. So wearing this would be a good spring jersey.
Like early when you don't want to wear a jacket with it.
And it's different because I was wearing a CCM earlier today. They're new CCMs. The AHL's the CCM line, and I'm actually kind of glad the NHL's not going that way too, because after wearing a couple of them. I like this feel a little bit more than the
a little
CCMs.
heavier than those CCMs.
Yeah,
So look, honestly, I'm thrilled, and I will continue to purchase from Vintage Ice Hockey. Not sponsored, though. I'd welcome it if they did. Kick me a jersey or two. But,
I mean, I have 2 coming from Vintage Ice Hockey actually. One I ordered at the same time, but it's not made yet, and then I ordered one last week actually. That's another surprise.
Yeah, they custom make them in batches, so
and the other one I thought I was going to be able to get a little bit sooner, but their blanks are also made. Everything's made custom. Their blanks, they don't keep just a box of blanks. Period. They're all made. But again, as John said earlier, this was supposed to be done by May 15th. So being a month done in advance, pretty much. It's a pretty good turnaround, and I mean, how many hockey jerseys have Hornets on it? So
yeah, I mean, you want to talk vintage hockey? This is how you do it. So I guess
they were a good team. They were really.
Tim Hortons played for not this team. It was slightly later, I believe he played for, or else I would have got that. So
yeah, they had a couple different changes. So
right,
and then collapsed, and then they merged, didn't they?
No, they were just we got the Penguins, they went away.
Oh, I thought they collapsed and then the Penguins came at the same time. But anyways, that's when,
Feel free to correct us in the comments.
I made plenty of mistakes, so yeah, go ahead and keep correcting me. So, is that it?
I think that's it.
All right.
All in all, satisfied. We'll buy again.
All right. Well, that's.
Do I have to say I'm John and you're Phil in order for you to do your thing?
Yes.
Okay. I'm John and you're Phil.
There's a process. So yeah, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, hit the bell, we get notifications. If you have some friends, we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers here, so
share us around.
Share us around, 1,000's not a lot, but for us, we're just doing this for fun. That's pretty cool within a year. Yeah. So spread the word and join us for some malarkey a little bit,
Just end the video.
Tune in for another episode of Ugly Thirds.
Oh, the process.
The process.